with the blinky off. Stick it with the blinky off. All right, wait, what? I forgot what show are we doing again? Oh, Broad Gang. All right, welcome to another episode of Perfectly Misfit with your favorite host and co-host, Renee Encarnacion and Dan Webb, aka motherfucking Web Slinger 25. And if you were OG members of this, fans of this show, you remember we used to do shot skis every episodes or shots, and we haven't done that in a while. So Dan just gave me a little cheers. I think he's drinking a little water or coffee because Dan had he was doing the Jimi Hendrix. Dan Webb had an experience, and he's living the wagon life, and I don't think he's going to be on the wagon life. You know, I mean, I don't think he's that much of a pioneer. I don't think he's going to be, freaking, going over the West Indies forever. But at the same time, I cheers him on his pioneership. So yeah, welcome to another episode of Perfectly Misfit. Dan and I, we like to do this show once a week where we get together. We're both Army veterans, Army combat veterans, and we like to talk shit. We like to talk about current events, big shit that's going on in life. And if we run out of topics, we cover 4 other main topics. We cover podcasts, movies, TV shows, and food. Because Dan and I are a couple of fats. We love to cook. We love to eat. We love to go out to restaurants. We love to eat in. We are fats when it comes down to it. So we love talking food. We love talking all these other subjects we talk about are big parts of our everyday 9 to 5, 24 hours a day, 7 days a fucking week, 364 days a year, because that one day a year we're being a little gay with it. But no one's allowed to judge us. This is what we do here every fucking week. Dan, how are you, brother?
I'm good, dude. How are you doing, buddy?
You are with me. I'm free. I'm careless. I believe all over the world. I'm fly. I bring chills to our eyes. It's perfectly miles.
All right. I got you.
Oh,
Hold on.
That's called a remix there, brother.
What's going on, dude? How's your week been?
It's been good. I really hope you appreciate how much that took out of me. I've been practicing that for like a week, and I know I still fucked it up a little bit, but holy shit, I'm proud of that. Life is good, man. Life is fucking grandiose.
Oh, fucking standing, my friend.
What? You use your big words. Use your big boy voice.
That's really good, dude. I'm so happy for you.
Well, I mean, we're in the music topic, so like Dan, when you're just getting ready for the podcast and you're trying to get in that mindset, like what kind of music do you listen to?
A little bit of hard rock, some classic rock. What about you?
Wait, who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I really try to flim flam and bounce all around, but I guess when it comes down to it, it's if I really think about it, hard rock, Lobo, yeah, classic rock, yeah,
Nice,
Well,
nice.
Dan, if you got the kids, you guys are about to go do like some huge events like football, soccer, whatever kind of sport ball they're into, and you're like trying to rile them up. What kind of music do you guys listen to?
Oh, man,
Really think about it.
classic
Really think
rock.
about it. Really, you know, dive back and really, let me know what you think. What you go to?
I mean, obviously a little bit of classic rock. Um,
And
probably some hard rock.
fucking killed it. Fucking killed
What
it.
about you? What are you when you wake up in the morning and get ready for your work?
Oh, who
What
me?
do you normally jam to?
Who me?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude. Like I wake up, I'm like waking up downtown. Honey. Like I get up, I'm like, all right, it's time to go brush my teeth.
Mm,
I'm gonna listen to some some classic rock. Then, time to go, get in the car, time for some hard rock. So, hard rock, classic rock,
all
basically.
right.
Dan, I mean, like, you know, time to go to work, time to wake up the girlfriend, time to get up the kids. What are you guys listening to?
Oh man, to wake everyone up, I really like to go ahead and
Think
really just
think think about it. Yeah.
blast some. Yeah, I really like to blast
Mm.
some hard rock,
Oof.
and
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
sometimes a little classic rock. You know,
Hell yeah.
it just
Hell
kind
yeah.
of gets you up and motivated for the morning.
Dude, hell yeah, man. That's where you gotta go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So after you're done, getting up and starting to get ready and shit, you always got to shit before you shower.
Yeah.
What,
Shave.
what kind of music do you normally play while you shit?
Oh, dude. You gotta shit, then you shower, and then we're not even gonna talk about the last S. Because, like I'm just trying to, wake up and get going, get the fucking party started, and like, dude, start off with some classic rock. And then after the shower and the shave, I mean, I won't even drop the other S, you know, hard rock. I mean, come on, man. Like a little classic rock, hard rock.
Right.
That's how the day goes. Classic rock, hard rock, brother. It's just classic rock, hard rock, dude.
You know what? One day we should totally just do a whole fucking podcast of going back and forth with the fucking classic rock, hard rock
I
thing.
mean, it's only
And
been
like anybody who's new would be like, "What the fuck is
I
this?"
mean,
Like
we're
all
only
these
3 minutes in. We're only 3 minutes in. They still have another 30 to 45 minutes.
like I mean, and then like
Whoa,
especially if they're new and never seen
whoa,
us before, and they have
whoa,
no idea who the hell Dudesy is.
whoa,
Like,
whoa. Or 10-minute podcast. Whoa,
yeah,
whoa. Tell you about the 10-minute podcast, brother.
it's like a normal podcast.
Yeah,
A
I
normal.
was going to say we had 2 viewers. Now we're back down to one. Like that one other viewer is just like, all right, this is just it.
That's
Whoa.
enough.
The
I'm
other
good.
view, the other viewer was like, whoa, hold on there, brother. This is dumb, dude.
Fuck.
And again, once again, welcome to another episode of Perfectly Misfit. I don't know. Let's get a current event. We could do current event or two dudes shitting around, which is like what most podcasts should be. But like when people are like, "Oh, Renee, you do a podcast. What is it about?" And I'm like, I don't. It's like Seinfeld. It should be about nothing, but at the same time, I guess we have to have a platform. And
Yep.
yeah, so like I think I might have already said it, but we talk about movies and TV shows. We talk about other podcasts, and we talk about foods because we're fatty fat fats. But Dan, this has been a good podcast week. Um, it's been a very heavy Louis C.K. and very heavy Cheeto Santino week,
Yeah, I agree. And then
which is
last week
something
was like
Dan
very
and I
you know,
think I think I actually put Dan onto podcasts. Dan and I met in 2009 into 2010, and I feel like we both were kind of being introduced into that world, which is right around when it started with Adam Carolla was getting into it and making it big. Um, and I feel like I was really more into podcasts than Dan was, but we were friends through the military. Um, Shit has changed now. It's very interesting. Like that was 2009, so that makes that 14 years. Well, we'll say 13 because it's 2013 still. But Jesus Christ, like Dan and I think we can be considered podcast experts. Granted, we don't have like a fucking huge successful podcast, but we listen and have listened to every major and important and influential podcast for the past 10 fucking 13 years.
2009 would have been
Yeah.
right when JRE started,
Yeah, yeah.
and
And
then like
him and Corolla around the same time.
uh,
And JRE was the big one that started huge,
the What the
but
Fuck podcast with Mark Maron.
yeah, yeah, the WTF and also Adam Carolla. I have to give it up to him and also and Bobby Kelly. Like they started that shit back in the fucking MySpace days. Even
Uh,
before like iTunes was ever a fucking thing. I have to give it up to him. I've done my research. I recognize gangster where it needs to be fucking recognized. But yeah, dude, those were the guys. Dane Cook. I mean, Dane Cook had like like more like a message board.
internet comedian.
Brother, you're breaking up just so you know. I don't know if it's just on my end, but
I don't know, but he was
oh,
he was the first social media comedian. Dane Cook.
Dane Cook. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I've heard the story a thousand different times from a thousand different comedians how like Dane Cook was that first dude who like realized MySpace was the element that's going to allow him to reach
Mark.
out. Yeah, he's going to allow him to reach out to all of his fans. And I mean, he was out there sometimes. He would do a fucking amazing like stand-up special, but then get on like basically what was the original IG live or Facebook live, and it was on like MySpace and like interact with his fucking fans live right after he recorded a special.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking crazier than Dane Cook. Dane Cook and Louis C.K. are my two inspirations. If I could ever consider trying to call myself a comedian, which I do call myself a comedian because I've done comedy. I've been paid to do comedy. I've been on multiple fucking open mic stages. Yes, but like I've been paid to do comedy, so I call myself a comedian. But Jesus Christ, I would have never considered. I mean, granted, there are a lot of people before Dane Cook and Bobby Kelly that like I looked up to before them, but those two guys and Louis C.K. Like holy shit, those are the guys who set the standard. You know, dude, in basic training, when I was in fucking Fort Benning, Georgia, when the only time that the fucking drill sergeants dropped their guard was when we got the privileges to have a boom box in the bay in our barracks, and like and when it was my time to like play, like we all to put our name on a list to play whatever CD or
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
whatever we wanted to play. My CD was a Dane Cook CD, and fucking the fucking drill sergeants were in their private rooms, and they came out from their private rooms to laugh at the shit that I was playing, uh in our barracks. And then granted we got smoked like an hour later. Smoked for you civilians means we got too comfortable, and the drill sergeants were like, everybody do push-ups, and
No,
until we basically had to make the windows in our barracks fog up with steam from our exercises. Sorry. I got dark. Anyway,
no, you're
what's next, brother? We're
dude, I'm
talking
trying to find it. I can't. Oh, harmful if swallowed.
what?
That Dane Cook his first special, like really just.
Perfect Circle? No, not Perfect Circle.
Harmful as Swallowed.
Oh, was that the one with the Was that the Comedy Central one?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. I was gonna say the first Dane Cook thing I remember was a 30-minute Comedy Central thing where he did the freaking he did the pterodactyl thing, and like I remember doing that for my ex-girlfriend, and she was like, "You're stealing that bit," and I'm like, "Yeah, but you're still gonna suck it, suck it, suck it."
This is Circle is number 2, but
Yeah,
that fucking dude,
yeah, the
Harmful as
okay,
Swallowed was one of the best
yeah,
comedy CDs of our generation, like our
absolutely.
generation of people.
Absolutely. I
And
think if I remember correctly, that one was he recorded that special in 3 different locations. He was the beginning of that where like they would do like comedians would do their special, meaning like they did this practiced bit, in different locations, and then they would, the production company would record all 3 of those
twice.
locations and then edit it down to one hour special. So I was like, he would do the same 1 hour 3 times in 3 different locations. They would record all of them, but then like edit it all down to the best bits of those 3 hours. Yeah, that's why I'm saying Dane Cook and fucking Louis C.K. Those are my inspirations to ever think I could ever be funny. Not like I'm actually funny, but like the thought that I could try to ever be funny was inspired ultimately by those 2
Dude,
motherfuckers.
Dane Cook was such a comedy
My God.
inspiration to
And I
me.
fucking hate the fact that he's hated on. Like he was fucking
After
great. Yeah, like you were saying. I'm
after his
sorry.
Madison Square Garden,
Yeah.
uh, was that Full Circle? Was that the one that was like
It
was
might
after
I think Full Circle might have been LA, but it might have been Madison Square Garden.
the
But
one that
also,
it was the one that was his last one before, he just came out with a new one.
yeah, but also on that note, if I remember correctly, the same special we're talking about, Bobby Kelly opened for him. So like,
Yeah,
he's always been in the fan. He's hated on it. And do you know about his big drama?
with his brother stealing money and all that.
Yeah, dude, that's
The
fucking crazy. He
It's
hired his
wild.
brother to be his manager, and
And his
like
brother
they
stole
were,
like $100 or $80 million or something like that.
yeah, dude. Like it was at the point where his brother was hiding money in the walls, like on
The
some like gangster movie shit, where like fucking FBI agents are like breaking down fucking properties and finding stacks of like 50 hundred like 500,000 million $500 million. $500,000 fucking like just stashed in the walls, bro. Can you
yeah,
imagine?
he gets compared to the Nickelback. He's the Nickelback of comedy. Like at one point, everybody loved him, and now everybody hates him. But
They hate him, but honestly, he set a new bar, dude. Like Dane Cook was a fucking legend. I can
dude, he
never
got me
really
into comedy. He's the one who really got me into
if
comedy.
I'm gonna
I
hate
love
on Dane, if I'm gonna hate on Dane Cook, I have to hate on fucking Bill Cosby, which just makes no sense. They were fucking legends, man. They set the bar. This is where we're at. Sorry. Like, all right, maybe you don't like their personal actions, but for the most part, what do you want? Like, they're fucking comedic legends.
all right.
So fucking dumb. So dumb. So, speaking of which, talking about podcasts, man, dude, your boy next week is doing an episode, a table read on How Are You Now? And I
Really?
am, I am so excited. I'm playing one of my normal roles as joint boy, because I apparently smoke marijuanas. And though I'm playing also the comedian in the beginning, the intro scene of the show. But one thing I'm really, really, really proud of, I'm playing Jimmy Dickens. I'm playing the auctioneer. I'm playing Jimmy fucking Dickskins. And I like being given a rule that's out of my normal you know,
Realm. Yeah.
lexicon of roles that I normally play. You know, it's
So
always
you do
based.
the auctioneer shit.
I mean, granted, yes, I love being an auctioneer, but like, I mean, playing Noah Dick is also kind of like tough. And I need to really work harder on getting that voice down properly. But the fact that I'm doing 3 roles on this next episode. It'll be out next Tuesday. The show is called "How Are You Now?" The toughest podcast in Letterkenny, and I will be playing um, the auctioneer, joint boy, and Jim Dickens. And we did rehearsals last night. And Dan, you're gonna love this. Do you know what everybody kept saying that my voice actually sound like?
Hmm.
Everybody kept saying I sound like Foghorn Leghorn. What I say now here, boy. So, all right, and also, but
I can
also,
hear it.
but
I can hear it.
yeah. So, but I also didn't realize that's one of the. I thought I was just doing Dick Skin. I'm sorry, I thought I was just doing Joint Boy and doing the comedian, and then I come to find out I was also doing Jimmy Dickens. And you know me, dude, I love putting some passion into these shows. So I'm gonna rewatch the episode over the next week, and I'm gonna nail that fucking voice. So for anybody who wants to support us and listen to my dumb shit, check out next week. Next Tuesday will be the live read of the talent show episode of Letterkenny. Uh, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of voices, gonna be a lot of fucking goofiness. Yeah, I'm
It's a
playing.
great episode too.
It is such a good episode, Dan. Oh my god, the fucking the talent shows. That's how it starts. Is like they have a stand up comedian come in and he fucking sucks balls, and yeah, he's
Wow.
like, well, why don't you guys do it yourself? They do the fucking talent show, and it fucking kicks ass.
Fuck. God damn it. Hold on. I got it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I was gonna say,
Makes
funny.
a feller think. Don't it?
Oh, you know, well, sometimes it makes the fellow dink, don't it? Did you ever notice? There you go. Yeah. Dan's making a reference to the episode. So if you don't know the episode, that means now you actually have to extra watch the episode. You can watch the actual episode or come watch me do the table read next Tuesday. And you'll figure out if you've ever noticed. Dan, have you been watching any TV shows lately? Like, just come on, give me something new, dude. I know you, dude. You're not like some fucking slagger. You watch TV shows. This is why Dan and we cover these 4 topics: TV shows, movies, podcasts, food. Dan, give me a
Uh,
TV show. I know you've seen something new lately. Come on.
American Horror Story is what I've been
Fuck.
watching recently.
I really gotta rewatch them.
There's so many fucking seasons of it. That it's easy to watch and you can just burn through a season pretty quick.
We talked about
Uh,
it last week, but yeah, I agree. I still agree with you.
uh, I think I haven't really. I mean, nothing really all that new. Um, and TV show wise, I've watched a couple of new movies that I haven't seen in a long time, but nothing really TV wise. What about you, dude?
Well, so I haven't watched it yet, but I know for a fact I'm going to try and catch up on Hunters. Hunters is
Oh, yeah, yeah.
on Amazon
Prime.
Prime. Yeah. Prime, like we're
Did they
both.
come out with a second season?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna watch that shit.
Yes. That's what I was getting at. It was like, holy, I didn't even, I think I think because you and I live in the like slight tiny social media world that you and I live in, we're not prone to the advertisements that most people are. I mean, I feel like, the average citizen is just watching Peacock and CBS Prime or whatever, all those basic shit, Paramount Prime. And I don't think you and I are watching the commercials that other people are. And I think it's really affecting what you and I watch. I feel like there's shows you and I, Dan, are never going to know about because we don't give a shit about the fucking channels that they're on.
Dude, anything on network television.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, a lot of people though are still into that world, and I don't think Dan, you and I are never gonna give a fuck about
No.
3/4. Not even gonna say. I was gonna
I
say
don't think I could watch something on like
no.
CBS.
Yeah, dude. Like
Showed
the
up.
latest TV show, Agents of Shield, Blacklist.
Still need to get into that. I haven't.
Blacklist is great. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's FBI, like crazy terrorist shit. That's the only reason it's cool.
The last network television show that I mean, well, American Horror Story, I guess. Like,
Oh. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Burn Notice.
Burn
Burn
Notice is
Notice
great.
was
I
the
love,
last
but
one
I
I
watched,
was
dude.
like super
I
into.
watched Burn Notice when we went overseas. That was like fucking 13
Ugh,
years. That was 13 years
shit.
ago. But I love, and that dude was in the
Michael
main guy.
Connelly.
Yeah, but he was no Burn Notice. He was the main guy.
That
He
was
was
his
in
name in the show.
right,
Michael
right,
Connelly.
right. Dude, he was in Sicario. I loved him in
Yeah,
Sicario.
dude, he was in
Yeah,
both
dude. It's
Sicarios.
fucking great. Dude, okay. So we'll transition from TVs to movies. I learned about a movie today that I was like, "Oh shit, I need to watch this." Have you ever heard of Terrifier?
No.
Oh, dude. Neither have I. It's only got a 5.6 on fucking the fuck am I looking at here? On IMDb. But Jesus fucking Christ, the fucking screenshots from this alone. Hold on, you're all come on photos. Here we go. Like and my one of my bartender buddies. Look at this. Like apparently he doesn't even speak. It's just horror and terror. Like
Okay.
I want to watch this so bad, and it came out 2016. I've been such a skeptic of all fucking horror movies for the past 20 years. I'm I'm about to be 40, so I'm 39. Yeah, no, actually, excuse me, 25 years, maybe even 30 years. Horror movies have been fucking junk. I'm sorry. I'm actually adjusting my eyeballs to look into the camera and say horror movies in the past 20 fucking years are garbage. My favorite fucking horror movie, oh, all right, has been Cabin in the Woods. Have you seen Cabin in the Woods, Dan?
I think so. I mean,
Dude,
it sounds
it was
familiar.
it was a it was
It's like
uh,
old,
um
like 2004 or 5, something like that.
maybe a little later, I want to say, but it had what's his name? Thor. Fucking
Chris Hemsworth. Okay.
yes, it had Chris Hemsworth. He played like it was the movie that made fun of all the horror movies. That wasn't, Scream did that back in the 90s when we were fucking kids. But this movie
Okay.
really went above and beyond. It made fun of all the sci-fi horror movies. Dan, I'm almost positive we've talked about this shit on the fucking show.
I probably have.
But like the movie is like typical, a bunch of high school, college kids all packing up a camper, trailer. They're all going up to the a cabin in the woods. On the way up, they face a whole bunch of fucking, you know, uh, 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 stigmas. Or like, oh, you should turn around now. Like,
Yeah.
they hit a random gas station with an old man. Oh, y'all going up to the blah 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 cabin. Oh, I heard a bunch of children died up there, and they call him the harbinger. Fucking look at this. Like, I already know. Fucking Stephanie already knows. Cabin in the Woods is so good. It's a cabin in the woods. That's exactly it. It's It's triggers everything that, like, well, now I wouldn't go up there now if I was Yules, like that kind of fucking dumb shit. But it was so good, and it ends. I'm not even gonna. I actually already ruined it for someone earlier today because I was talking about it earlier today. But it ends with Sigourney Weaver. Like out of nowhere, Sigourney Weaver. I don't know why I keep dropping an N, like Samuel N. Jackson. But she shows up out of nowhere and explains the whole reason. It's
Oh,
I love horror movies, and I'm looking forward to watching again. What's it called? The Terrifier? What it was,
okay.
dude? I have few people. Yeah, Terrifier, and I was like Ted the Clown or some fucking crazy shit. I'm in. I am in. Dude, you been cooking or what, fatty?
Uh,
Or I'm sorry. Do you have TV shows or movies? I felt like you were
oh
done.
no, it's fine. That's good. Movies, dude. I watched some dumb fucking movies recently.
Yeah.
Like Tammy
Oh,
with
fucking
Melissa
what's your
McCarthy,
Melissa something?
McCartney or whatever.
Melissa McCarthy. I fucking love her.
Yeah.
She serves her purpose.
Uh,
She's the female Chris Farley. I'm
yeah.
sorry. She's a little more
Yeah.
woke, but whatever. And her husband directs most of the movies, but I love Melissa McCarthy. She's great.
And then I watched Happy Time Murderers.
Oh yes, the
So
puppets.
yeah, the puppets are good
Yes,
too.
yes. It was a John, not
So
John Hamm. It wasn't John Hamm. It was the other guy. The all right. If anybody knows what I'm
I
talking about, John, the more drunk John Hamm. You know who I'm talking about. That was fucking great.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, those are my two like movie. I haven't seen Happy Time Murders before all the way through,
Okay.
but like I watched it all the way through. And Tammy, I've never seen before.
I like Tammy. I really did.
It was funny. It had some good parts in it. It's really funny. It has like it served its purpose.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're at a generation now where it's gonna take a lot to impress us, or I mean us meaning Dan and ours generation. We're both like around 39, 40 years old. And yeah, nothing is coming out that is really, you know,
Nothing like made me
drawing us.
go to the
Yeah,
theater.
nothing's drawing us. It's sad. We're just like we're at this point where we're trying to relive, our greats. Like I would love to see
Dude,
another
I'm gonna
good
watch
Die
Super
Hard.
Troopers again. I gotta watch Super Troopers again. I haven't
You
watched it.
saw, there's Super Troopers too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's in it. Not Will Ferrell.
What?
Fucking Will Sasso.
Oh, 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 oh,
All on
oh.
there. I
I'm gonna
got
tell
my
you
Will
about that.
confused.
That's a different actor, brother.
Yeah. I was thinking. I don't know why. When I
Oh,
was thinking of
oh, that's a
Jay
different
Silent
actor,
Bob
dude.
Strike Back for a second in my head. That's what it was playing. It was Will Ferrell and fucking
Yeah.
Jay
I
Silent Bob Strike Back.
I loved that Will Sasso was in Super Troopers 2, but it's a trash movie. I actually own it. I have the Blu-ray somewhere in my house. I have not seen it in probably 2 years. Like the
I've
Blu-ray itself.
watched it once and I'm good. I'll probably have to
Um,
watch that one again.
so we can wrap up, or say dogs fucking touching me. Let's start to wrap up, and if you guys watch Dude See, which you should, because if you're fans of us, you like Dude See. I'm gonna give us some homework. I don't think Dan and I have done this, and I'll pay for it if I have to. But uh, last week, Dude See made them listen to the Van Halen album, right? 1984,
Yep.
right? Was it? I'm not going to do that to us. But what I'm going to do to Dan and I, and if you're listening and watching and want to stick around with us, and I'm going to stick to this because the last homework I gave us was pretty much impossible because I had to give you the password for the movie. But I all right. You know something? This is why you don't want to take you anywhere nice, Stephanie. Um,
or anywhere.
um, next week we all have to watch the new Clerks movie,
Clerks 3.
Clerks 3.
Or,
Yeah,
I
Dan
think
and
it's
I
streaming
are.
free on Amazon right now.
Is it all right? Perfect. Then maybe we don't have to pay for it. If I have to pay for it, Stephanie, I'll pay for yours. I know I still kind of owe you on the last horror film, but that was a lot of politics involved with that one. But I'll just fucking buy you this movie. Yeah, this is why, and this is why, Stephanie. This is why we don't take you anywhere. So yeah, Duty likes to give out homework. Makes the hosts listen to uh records or albums and watch crazy movies, but honestly, I'm behind. I love Jason Smith so much. Or sorry, Kevin Smith. He's one of my inspirations in comedy and in wanting to ever do anything on video like this. So yeah. Um yeah. Tune in next week. Hopefully you guys watch Clerks 3. Um shoot me a text. I'm easy
My
to find.
4D breakdown.
Yeah, shoot me a text. If you can't get access to it, I will help you get access to it. Our only other favor that Dan and I ask every week is tell somebody you love them. I lost another friend this week. It's This is the reason I say this, and Dan backs it up. Is we're prone to losing friends. Dan and I are veterans. We're metalheads, and we just also live other lifestyles that unfortunately aren't the healthiest, and unfortunately, the people in those circles can disappear at a moment's notice. Stephanie, we love you as well. But yeah, if anything you can get out of watching our dumb shit every week is just this is our outlet. Dan and I come here every week to just get our shit out, and hopefully you like to listen to our bullshit. And yeah, we love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in every week. Dan, I love your fucking big black ass.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh shit, fuck. Also, we lost Michael Lair this week or last week. Michael Lair was a great stand-up comedian, improv artist, who was on Kill Tony. The dude got ALS, and uh, he just deteriorated over the past. Like I discovered him during the pandemic. I think as most other people did as well. And he's been fighting it. He's been coming back on the show. He's left the show on Kill Tony, and he decided uh, last week to uh, take those extra steps to end his suffering. And he did it in a state that uh, accepted his decision. And it's going to just tune in next. I have nothing to do with this, but tune in next week to Kill Tony. I'm willing to bet it is going next week or the next week afterwards. I thought it might have been this week. And just be ready to shed some tears because it's very sad to watch someone with such a giant heart leave this world at such a over such a weird thing. Anyway, let me shut up. I'm rambling. Good night. Love you, Dan. See you next week.
You too, buddy. Have a good night. See you next week.